Hello and welcome to another edition of Dear Love Talk, the part of the program that answers your questions. You can write directly to us and we'll answer directly to you.
And the email address is questions@lovetalkshow.tv. So there you have it. Or you can also get in touch via Facebook or Twitter.
That's right. And don't forget to share our programs as well. Now, the first question comes from Michael Bangura, and he says, "Hi guys, I've been talking to someone I like, but the person has told me that she's not ready to start a relationship yet. I am hopeful that soon this will change. In the meantime, can I look for someone else and maybe start a relationship should another person be interested in me?"
Okay, what kind of question is that?
Well, Michael, it's a very interesting question.
Where's the buzzer?
Wait, not yet. Michael, your question was, can I start a relationship or can I look to start a relationship with someone else? The truth is, you can do whatever you want. It's your life, right? You shouldn't be waiting on us to tell you what you can or cannot do. It's just that if you have told someone, look, I like you and you like me, and the person said, listen, just give me some time, and then you start going off looking for somebody else, that's not very honest of you. So I think you have a fundamental problem there with perhaps not being very transparent. Because if you were to meet someone else, if you meet another person, what would you tell them? Listen, I really like you, but you're just another option for me because I'm actually waiting on someone else giving me an answer. So that's not fair on you, that's not fair on the person who's waiting, and that's not fair on that potential new person you meet. So I think the question is not whether you can do this or not. Actually, you can do whatever you want, like we said. It's your life. Please don't get us wrong when we say this, but it's true. So the question is that there is a certain degree of lack of honesty if you go about things this way.
And not just the honesty problem. I mean, this shows that you don't like that person. Because if you really like that person, you would wait whatever time.
Yeah.
You don't like, you just... Through your question, you are finding out now that you don't like that person. You don't like her.
I think that's
because when you do, you wait whatever time. You wait for the person to be ready. You wait, and you are faithful, even though the person is not with you yet. But she never said no. She said, "Wait, give me some time." So I
think that's a very good point there. It complements what we said earlier really well. That if you really like someone and the person said, listen, give me some time. If that person is really important for you and you really consider them to be your future partner, hopefully, then you wouldn't be having the thoughts to go off and meet someone else. So think about the real reason why you're asking us that question and the integrity behind the question. Next one is for you.
It's from Mark from the Love Talk Live seminars that we hold. And it says, I have been looking for a relationship for a while. The problem is that I have been unemployed for a couple of years. And when women get to know this, they don't even give me a chance. I am tired of people who are shallow. How do I find someone who will like me for who I am, not for what I have? Mark.
What's it, Mark?
I was going to say Mark Darling, but I'm not going to. Well, I just said it. 2 years unemployed. You better have a very good explanation for that. Maybe, there's something going on in your life and you are really genuinely unable to work. Like many people are unable to work for because of a health reason. It's acceptable. But if you are a normal, healthy man and you are just like, whenever it happens, it happens. I'll get a job, which is nice to have, if that's how you see a job. It's normal that a woman looks at you and sees that you are a normal man, a strong man, and young or not young, but you can work like everyone else, and you don't for 2 years. That is not that's not appealing. And they are quite right to be very scared to be around you because you don't take yourself too seriously in life.
I think first of all, we don't want to be judgmental here. There may be a very valid reason for you being unemployed, but you have to understand also that when you look for a potential serious partner, you also have the right to choose someone who's independent. I think everyone wants to be with someone who's independent, especially if you're a guy. If a woman does not want to find someone that she's going to have to pay for him to survive. So I think it's very normal.
It's reasonable.
It's reasonable for, if I'm looking for someone, I'm 36 years old. If I were to be looking for someone right now, I wouldn't want to find someone who doesn't know what she wants to do with her life, who doesn't have a career path figured out. And maybe you say, James, but that's not fair, because sometimes the person may be in a situation where they haven't figured out what they want. Okay, that's fair enough, but then I have the right to say, listen, figure out what you want to do with your career, and then we'll come back and revisit the situation.
Indeed.
So the people that you think are shallow, perhaps they're not shallow. Maybe they're just looking for someone who has a goal, who has plans, and that's a very reasonable thing to want. So I think maybe right now, you should perhaps hope that things will change for your love life, for sure, but sort out your finances immediately. That's the first thing. You don't have to be a rich guy, but if you have a plan and if things are following to that plan, that really bodes well for you.
Indeed, and you know what a job says about someone? It says that you are committed, that you are mature, that you know where you're going. Or let's say that you haven't figured out yet where you want to go. Because I have heard women, I've spoken to some women who came for advice, and they said to me, there was a specific one who said, you know what, my husband, we are married for a long time, and he's going on and on about this dream that he has, about being this, I don't know, I'm not going to disclose it here, but this very thing that is not really realistic, and does not want to have a job for now because he's pursuing his dream. Is that really fair? It's not. You've got to work. I remember when I was, figuring out what I wanted for my life, I had small jobs here and there until I found my way. So this is important. It says a lot about you, Mark.
So don't label those people as shallow. I think they're just looking for someone who knows what they want out of life. And that's fair. Now let's go for our next question. Very interesting question, by the way. I think the buzz is going to be used on this one. And it's from someone who decided to remain anonymous, and it says forbidden love. So the person asks, I saw your recent show about forbidden love, and I find myself very much in that situation. I am married to a woman who says she wants to have an open relationship. She says she loves me but wants the opportunity to go out with other men also. Some of my family members have found out about this and are incensed at my situation. I'm looking for an exclusive relationship, but I love my wife. Help me. I don't know what to do. So let me just ring the buzzer, not to you who asked the question, but the fact that until now, you find yourself in that situation with someone who doesn't want an exclusive relationship like you do. So
the buzzer goes for her.
Let's do it together. Shall we do that together?
Let's do this together. This one requires two.
3, 2, 1. That's it. So what do you need to do? Listen, it's very clear that both of you have completely different ideas of what relationships are. Let's just say for the record, open relationships don't work. They can't work, because how can a relationship that is open, where you are with different people, work if there's going to be jealousy, lack of trust? It's impossible. Not to mention...
It's disrespectful.
Exactly, but not to mention, Elena, about even the health issues that you are incurring. Because imagine the person sleeping around with this one and that one, that causes certain health issues as well. And if you see that you are so far off from her mentality of what a relationship should be like, you know what you want. You want exclusivity. You want that person to be exclusively yours and you are exclusively hers. She doesn't want this. So what are the chances of this relationship working? None. Absolutely none. Unless if she was to change her idea of what a marriage is supposed to be like. If that doesn't happen, you're fighting a losing battle. And the quicker you make a decision on what you want to do with this relationship, the more you will spare yourself from suffering even further. So I think you need to really get ready to make a very important, crucial, and perhaps painful decision.
And I would like to also add to what you said. at the very end of the question, he says, "Please help me," in a way, because I love my wife. Now, I think that, you know, you need to love her more rationally. You know, this is what love is about. We believe in love the old-fashioned way. I mean, you are mine, I'm yours, until death do us part. And if we don't belong together, if we don't share the same views, same goals, we are not meant to be together. Not because she's bigger than me or taller than him or whatever. There's other bigger things, more important things in life, in a relationship, than the appearance. And this is one of them.
And
I mean, you should clearly just say, I don't know, because we don't know when this developed. Some couples got married, they seem to have the same goals and everything. And then suddenly the person is reading magazines or watching what they shouldn't be watching on TV. I'm sorry, I do sound very old-fashioned, but I don't care. And that's where these new ideas, you know, this new fashionable thing comes up, like, oh, why don't we have an open relationship? I mean, what is that about?
And let's just say also, you have something really good in your favor, and that is, do you know how many women out there are looking for a man like you? A man who wants to be faithful, who wants to have a solid, faithful, exclusive relationship. You are the dream of many women there. Yeah. So if that is not happening in your home, and this person has, you know, completely thrown out the window the sanctity of marriage and doesn't want to work that out, then make a decision. It may be tough, it may be difficult. I don't even know if there are children involved or not. You didn't say that. But the bottom line is, as it stands, your relationship has no chance of succeeding. So either you make it a choice, or that choice will be made for you later, but then you're causing even more pain. And if you do decide to move on with your life by yourself, you can start things again and you can find happiness. Remember that.
Indeed.
Okay? It's been a pleasure to answer your questions. Get in touch, questions@lovetalkshow.tv. Until next time, bye-bye.